How do you say her name?
We're live.
Oh, hello. Good evening, Sizzle. Hey everybody, it's Elliot. I'm here with April and Mr. Marine, Bill Potting. How's it going, Bill?
What's going on? It's going good.
Good. Hey April. So April and Jeff just moved into a beautiful new house and they're just getting settled. How's it going over there?
It's going. I love moving.
Yeah,
No one ever
right.
said. Not really. I don't love it, but my house is kind of a disaster right now. It's kind of cool. A little
Well,
disorganized, but it's all
it's a
good.
fun process though.
No. Yeah, it is. It's exciting.
The
It's
end
exciting.
result is fun.
Yes, exactly. Uh-oh, Jeff came on as the Sizzle Global Takeover team. So that means we have two of
Well,
us on as the Sizzle
it
Global
worked.
Takeover team.
It worked this time.
Oh man, boot me out and I'll come in under my own.
I can't boot you. You're gonna have to boot yourself. Just
Yeah, just
X
hang
out.
up, Jeff.
That's gonna take out everyone, but I
I
don't
know.
mind. I love
Oh,
having that power.
well, how
See
do
ya.
I do? Okay, eject. Eject you.
Yeah,
Bye.
it's fine. It's fine. Um, so, what the? Oh, weird. So, how do you pronounce her name, April? Liesel?
Oh, Leslie.
It's not Leslie.
That's what
I
Jeff
thought it was
thought.
Leslie too. It's like it's spelled Leslie, but they were pronouncing it Liesel. Liesel.
Oh.
Like sizzle, except it's Liesel. Anyway, Miss Mauer. So Miss Mauer on the Sizzle Connect call was talking about showing some of the Japanese reps the two new big products coming out, uh, the fiber mascara. Maybe April, you can talk about that a little bit. I don't know what the big deal is about eyelashes, but maybe you can elaborate on that. But then, the thing that I think is really going to be a huge product for Sizzle. I mean, we've already got, between TSX, the Triangle of Life, and the coffee, you've got several multi-billion-dollar product lines just there. I mean, plus everything else that we've got just adds on to that. But those three in particular are huge, potential product lines. So the addition of this transfusium, I'm excited about. With you know, look 5 years younger in 14 days. I mean, that's just crazy. And I've seen some of the some of those results. And I think it was Tom Mauer Jr.'s picture, because I know he was testing it, so I think it was his picture. But I mean, his crow's feet by his eyes were completely gone, like completely. And this guy's what, mid 50s, probably 50ish. It was absolutely incredible. So I was actually asking, but I'll just answer myself. I'm pretty sure it's around 50. So I'm excited to see those products come out. No dates yet, but it sounds like they're getting closer and closer because they wouldn't have had her on talking about the product line if it wasn't closer. They're probably hiding Tom so he doesn't come out and say that they're coming out tomorrow.
Yeah,
Like
it's
everyone's
true.
messing around. Like wait a second, not tomorrow. Uh,
But
yeah, we
Tom
have
gets us
Tom
all
on.
pumped up.
Yeah, he does. He definitely gets pumped. Hey Jeff, what did you think of the call?
Man, that's hard while we're on. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, you sound great. Welcome to the new house.
Yeah, that sounds it's incredible when you're listening. I've only heard Tom's sister a couple of times. And anyways, I liked her honesty and I loved hearing that Tom wouldn't buy that product for her, whatever that product was that it had poison in it that many years ago. That's his passion. Doesn't want to poison people. I've said it often on a lot of calls. If you're trying to get Tom Mauer wealthy, and you're worried about that, too late. You're way too late. And he really is trying to make the world a better place. and he could pay us a lot less and all these things, but he just doesn't. He said this is in place for us, and I believe it, and I believe his passion is really to make the world a better place with toxin-free products. And you're right, Elliot. You know, the proof is there's other companies, there's other network marketing companies that may have a single product. They might take a Vucoidin and make it into 3 different products, and that's all they have, and it's not even half the power. You know, and they're doing quite well with it. And in my opinion, the only reason they're doing quite well with it is because Sisel's the best kept secret. If they found out about it, it'd be over.
But it's like that. It's crazy because it's like that everywhere. I mean, there's so many companies that their entire business relies on one product line of Sizzles that's inferior to our version of it, if you will. You know, I mean, from the obviously there's a bunch of people trying to make it on coffee alone. You know, a bunch of people trying to make it on you know, makeup lines alone, on, like you said, the Fucoidin product. I mean, it goes on, and so the Transfusium that's coming out. I mean, there's a couple companies I can think of off the top of my head that are pretty big that rely solely on that type of a product.
Yeah.
To build their business, and it's full of poison.
Right.
Packed full of poison. It's crazy.
Yeah, well, there's companies that make Fucoidin, and their products has arsenic in it, and they don't have the right patent system, so they have to make a very diluted form of that sea vegetable, because if they make any more, they'll create too much arsenic. It won't be legal to sell. You know, so when we think about that, and you know, they go out of, here's 2 reasons they go out of business. Number 1, no one's interested in copying their product. So that's a sure sign. If no one wants your product, no one's interested in copying it, you're out of business. And then the other reason they go out of business is they're making an inferior product. When someone comes out with a vastly superior product, pays its distributors more, and again, you know, delivers it to the end consumer for less. And that's the power of having a, you know, couple $100 million manufacturing facility. I mean, it was open with $150 million, but we'll call it a couple $100 million today and growing. It's just difficult to compete with.
So April, real quick. So what are your thoughts on the fiber mascara? Can you talk from our female's perspective on that?
Yeah, I mean, I like makeup. You know, I use makeup every day. I use Sisel makeup, which I love Sisel makeup. One of my favorite products right now is the bronzer. Completely, like, just illuminates your face, covers wrinkles, does everything. I love that stuff. So I know whatever they're coming out with, the lashes, and whatever. I know there's a BB cream coming. It's all going to be really good stuff. It's top of the line stuff, but without paying the really high prices. Actually, guys, makeup is real expensive if you buy really top line stuff, and Sisel, I'd say, is actually pretty reasonably priced. I'd say it's actually on the lower end as far as high end makeup goes, and it is a higher end type makeup. In fact, I got my lip plumper. It just came. When did this come, Jeff? Like a few days ago. Just got it. I love this stuff. It's good for your lips, conditions them, plumps them up, makes them look beautiful. And the eyelashes is gonna be good.
I would use a lip plumper, but that's too girly.
Yeah, I don't think you should.
They gotta
use
make
it.
a man lip plumper. Me and Jeff will use some lip plumper.
I really like this lip plumper because a lot of lip plumpers will dry your lips out, and this one does not. Like, it's still on my lips. I've had it on for like probably an hour now. It's still on. And it's just good because you don't have to sit there and reapply it. And like I said, the other ones will actually, like, I've had them even crack my lips. Like, I bought some from like Victoria's Secret or something, and it like cracked my lip. It just dries them out, so it's good stuff. And the mascara that's already out that Sisel has right now is the only mascara ever that has not burned my eyelid, like my eyes. Like, my eyes usually, like, if I put on mascara, my eyes become immediately bloodshot, and it's because of all the chemicals and the nasty stuff that they put in, you know, cosmetics. When I use Sisel's, it does not do that. So, like I said, any kind of mascara that Sisel has, I'm game. And if it lengthens your eyelashes, even better. Ladies seem to really like that. One thing I'm like, I don't want to look like I have false eyelashes on, and I don't believe that. I think that you can adjust it from what I've seen anyways. So if you're, I know for me, I was like, I don't want to look like I have false eyelashes, but yeah, to lengthen them is nice. Just a subtle, natural looking lengthening is cool.
I like it. I'm sold. I know my wife wants to try it, so.
Oh yeah, I have people that want it. They're like, oh my gosh, I so want that.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm excited for the new products, and they've got so much stuff. Jeff and I were talking the other day about, it's like they keep coming out with all these products, and we already know that there's so many others in the pipeline that it's like, they're gonna have new products coming out probably monthly forever, it seems like.
Yeah.
So it's exciting though. We get to have these kind of product launches like all the time, which is uncommon, but
Tom's
it's fun.
It's uncommon. We have a huge research and development product. Excuse me, huge research and development. I'll just call it sector. It's right there, and they're always researching the research. I love it. It's amazing, and every once in a while they just say, "Surprise! Here's a new product." I love it when they came out with Encompass 360, just to complement SpectraMax. It was amazing. So it's not just like, okay, here we are, very, very successful with SpectraMax. Super Fruit Wars are over. But anyways, the Maurer family, Sisel International, felt something was missing. So here they come out with Encompass 360 to, balance it out, and if you will, make it really near perfect with the two. It's incredible.
Plus, if you got the vouchers, guys. I haven't even used my voucher yet. I got to use it. I was just thinking I'm going to order some extra omega 3s and stuff.
I was just going to say that I actually just got my order from my product balance in today. I got my first bottle of TSX, so I'm excited to start trying that. And I also got is it Body Balance? Body.
Oh, Balance D.
No, not that one.
Body Shield.
Body Shield. Thank you.
For
Because
your
Tom Maurer was talking about it on Facebook a couple weeks ago,
Yeah.
and it has a lot of the ingredients. Kind of, it's a little bit fucoidin. It's a little bit resveratrol. It's like, so when I'm on the road, like if I'm gone for a week, and I'm not lugging around my Sisel bottles with me, I can take Body Shield with me, and it has similar kind of result to it. So I got that too. But the TSX, I'm excited about that.
I was impressed by an article I read last night, and it showed how this guy, they were injecting him with glutathione directly, 3,000 milligrams. And you guys might not know what that is, but anyways, it showed how he could walk clearly. He had like Parkinson's, and he was just really struggling. And anyways, it wasn't just the glutathione; it was some other products that are naturally put together, and they were just showing the dramatic results. A half hour later, this person could walk instead of struggling and shaking and everything. But what's really neat is they said, okay, if you want to get these results and improve your health, here are like the 5 things to take with it. And then I looked at them, and it was like turmeric and 4 other ingredients that are very common, but uncommon in other products, but very common in Sisel International products, but uncommon in others. So I was really impressed with I looked at all 5 ingredients, and I'm already taking all of them in different Sisel products. And you guys mentioned the voucher. That was so impressive. I love everyone wants to be ahead of the 8 ball, as they say. It's nice to I always like a spare. Like if I'm using a shower gel, I like another one there, waiting. I don't like to be out of anything for any time. So it was nice just to double up on some things, and just to always have these extra toothpaste, extra gels, extra hand soaps just throughout the house, for guests and everything. I want them to ask when they come over, hey, what's that Sisel? Never seen that before. Is that in stores? And absolutely not. And it's a conversation piece as well.
Yeah, it's very true. Very true. Love me some Sisel products. Hey, so this morning we talked about it was Mindset Monday on our morning call, And so for everyone watching, Monday through Saturday, 10 o'clock Eastern, we do our daily calls. Each day has a theme. Today was Mindset Monday. Tomorrow's Testimonial Tuesday. But we kind of want to travel down the mindset path. It's still Monday. We're starting the week off. It's good to start the week off with some mindset. And April, do you want to touch on this, or do you want me to pass it to Jeff? I'd like to hear from you.
Mindset?
What?
No, go ahead. You're fine.
All right. All right. It's good to see you.
Well, I'll chime in. You know me. Good to see you too.
So Jeff, so this morning we touched on a lot of things. We were talking about, short to long-term goals. I was bringing up, populating your calendar as far as, successful people. You can tell a lot about someone's success that they're having or that they will have based on what their calendar looks like. And that was a big thing for me when I started looking at my own calendar with that mindset, realizing, wow, I have nothing on my calendar between like 11 and 4 today. Why is that? So you start wanting to fill in those gaps with profit producing activities, and it's obviously that's worked well for me, but it's it takes a lot of self motivation, because we were talking earlier about how you can't force someone to be motivated. You can't force someone to learn something, or you can lay out a plan, but we can't make people want to be entrepreneurs, and no one can do that. People really need to find it within themselves to reach for their next step, whatever their next step is. People like us can help guide to that next step, and figure out, well, what is that next step for you, and kind of put a hand out from that standpoint. But we can't take that step for you. So I don't know. I'm gonna kick it to you. You like to talk about this stuff too. So what kind of things you want to bring up tonight?
Ellie, I first of all, I love this morning's call, and anyone who hasn't listened to it needs to go and listen to that call, because you were awesome on it. April with persistence was incredible, but I'll do it in a different point. I truly believe a person is most happy when they're in pursuit of the next goal. Regardless of your religion, I'll say a little kid is most happy with the anticipation of opening his Christmas presents. I mean, the thinking of it, the week coming, and then the opening them in 5 minutes before, and then he rips them open. He's so excited and looks at the toys or whatever it may be, and so excited. But 15 minutes later, it kind of dies down. See, the goal's been met and everything's happy, and there's been this peak of excitement. So what you have to do is you have to set another goal, and that's why I honestly believe that the wealthy are so far ahead that you can't even see their dust anymore. It wasn't in the pursuit of money or things. It was the pursuit of the next goal, whatever it was. And I'm not just talking about financially, although that's a good portion of it. I'm talking about, from a spiritual, area to a health, and, there's just the different areas of your friendships, your family, and these types of things in pursuit of the next goal. So that's why it's so important. I talked a lot about making your short, medium, and long-term goals. And I call it Elliot, you're exactly right. You can't, I'll bring this all together, but you can only motivate someone for the short term. If you had a whip, I guess you could crack the whip, make them pick up a rock or something and move it somewhere. But it'd be really short term, okay? So someone has to be inspired to do so. So that's why I have people, choose the passion where they can inspire, where they really want to do it. I'm in health and wellness. I'll always be in health and wellness. For one, it's very important to me. It's I take it so far as to, I take the best products in the whole world. You know, I've been taking toothpaste without, you know, fluoride, but Sizzle's taking it a whole nother level where I can actually swallow the toothpaste and it's good for me. So that's incredible. But your short, your medium, and your long-term goals, and I say fix and refine, and that's where we can inspire people. We can set an example, but you want to fix and refine. So when someone of your team calls you, for example, you can't motivate them. They have to be somewhat motivated to, you know, reach out. But once they've reached out, you can find out. Okay, let's take it from this point. I believe among the first steps is writing down your why. And this saves people a lot of time. So if I was talking to Elliot, I'd say, Elliot, have you written down your why you want to do this? And Elliot might say, yeah, Jeff, I wrote down my why. I'll go, okay, let's go to step 2, you know. Have you written down a plan to implement your goals, your short, medium, and long-term goals? Well, Jeff, I know what they are. Okay, let's talk about that. Well, Jeff, I want to sponsor, you know, with Elliot, it's like 12 people this month, you know, so 12 or more. So anyways, he'd write that down, and then he'd write down a plan to achieve it. But most people, they wouldn't even write down a plan to achieve it, so I'd stop right there. I'd say, listen, I really want to assist you, but this is what I call fixing and refining. Now you're going to have to write down your plan, you know, to achieve your goals. And then after you write that down, I want you to call me back, and let's discuss it. Let's discuss a couple things. We're going to discuss if these are realistic goals. In other words, if you're someone like Elliot's already done 17 people a month, so if Elliot's goal was 12 or more this month, it'd be very reasonable because he knows what it takes to accomplish that. So you would go from there, and you talk to him. You want to find out if the goal's a reasonable goal, and if the plan is something that achieves it. Let's say they want to sponsor 3 or more people, and they wrote down that I'm going to call people on Fridays. You know, that's probably not going to work. So that's what I like to discuss with people, fix and refining. Like, let's get a better schedule. Fridays won't work, but maybe 3 times a week will, with some follow-up, and we can assist you in doing that. Hey, Elliot, while I'm thinking of you and a lot of other people, I'm not going to name any names, but I thought this was really funny. First of all, I love the vouchers. I want to say this before I forget. I love the vouchers. But you know, I refer to you as a superstar a lot of times, and you're a humble. So this guy wanted to know why I always refer to you as a superstar when his voucher is larger than yours. And I just laugh. But here's what I text him back, okay? And I love this person. They've been on the team for a long time, and I mean, they're fantastic. But I text him back. It has something to the effect of Elliot and his team has sponsored over 100 people in the last 7 months. Not the size of the actual voucher, but that's really good though. I'm proud of them that they're into the products and everything. But I wish that I could just purchase more and that my team would grow, because I would certainly purchase more because I love the products. So I just thought you'd get a kick out of that.
That is so funny, because I was like I mean, I forget what because I posted like how much I got or whatever. It was like 80-some bucks. I thought that was the freaking greatest thing ever.
Sure, and it is inspiring. Listen, you know, I talked about, you know, I spent mine on, you know, extras of extra. You know, I like having. I'm a guy who likes to have more than enough. You know what I mean? If I go buy a quart,
so I know, like, so you buy a lot of product. Yeah, actually, what I was wondering is, I also buy a lot of coffee. I don't know if the vouchers apply to the coffee side. Do you?
I don't know because I didn't try, but I don't see why they
not to spend it. I think you can spend it on that side, but if the rebate is on the cafe side, like,
I don't know the answer. I don't think so.
Because I was thinking about that. I was like, because it's probably, well, it's definitely more on Sizzle. I think most people are probably more on Sizzle as far as their monthly spend goes. But man, what now you've got me all. Hey,
that's a phone call.
Look, buddy. Let me tell you something. I sponsored X amount. I'm not even going to talk. I don't need to talk about how many people I sponsored. That's ridiculous.
I did. But anyways, Elliot and his team, because this is a team effort. It's not individually, but yeah, in the last 7 months, I know the numbers. You've sponsored over 100 people, and I'm really proud of you, Elliot, and your team. You know, it's a team effort. If you notice we use the word sponsor. This is the Sizzle Global Takeover team. We use sponsor. If you recruited them, it wouldn't be the same. You know, Elliot, we met the first time at Live the Dream, you know, My Elite System Pro, and from there we developed a relationship, and that helps. I always say long-term relationship, long-term residual income. If I didn't care enough about April Tucker when she wanted to quit, 5 years ago, many, many, many times, then people wouldn't be here. I just have a passion. I want to watch people change their lives and rise up. I love it when someone says to me, this has happened over the years, I'm going to pass you and blah, blah, blah. And I say, good, because I'm doing my job. Because a good leader will have people pass you. You know what I mean? There's always room for the next person rising up and coming
that's
in.
why I always harass you about it, because I know you like the competition.
I love the competition. Nothing. Friendly competition is really it's just spent. It's wonderful. You guys, I'll talk about little things like I wanted to move to Florida for a lot of years. For weather and nice things. And when I got here a few years ago, I didn't know exactly what I wanted. I tried homes on the water. I tried homes in the country. Just tried different things. And ultimately, I knew that I wanted out my backyard a pool, and then beyond the pool, some yard, and then some water. And see, that's what I achieved, about a week ago. Because it's not easy to find when you want things like that. It's one thing you could build the house you want. There's nothing wrong with that. But to get location, that's why in the real estate they say location, location, location. You can't just you might be able to put the pool in, but you can't put the water in behind the pool. That'd be really, really difficult. So it's just in pursuit of the next, goal. Elliot, can I get a little crazy? Because I believe big vision. Like if my vision was to make $100,000 a year, which is ridiculously small with network marketing, as an ultimate goal, I'm not discounting people who want to make a few $100s extra a month. You know what I mean? Change their life or get free products. But people have already gone over $1 million a year. We're talking 15 years ago. So it's pretty incredible. And this isn't for everybody, but I want to talk about this because we're talking about goal setting. One thing is putting out your goal and let people know, and then Elliot, you can harass me. Because of network marketing, I was able to achieve a 9,000 square foot home. But ultimately, I figured in my mind, right? And like Tom Mauer's home is 63,000 square feet. For you guys don't know him, he is the founder of Sisel International. He is a billionaire, and he's just an incredible person. He earned the Utah Genius Award and so many other awards. But for me, the perfect size home is 12,000 square feet. I haven't achieved that yet, and that one's going to have to be, built. But it's actually going to have a moat around it and a pool that you go into the volcano from one side, and the other side's dry, and the top of the volcano is a jacuzzi. So you guys can get an idea of that. Obviously, you're going to have to build that, but part of the reason I'm in Florida is because the water table is so low that I can have a moat around my house and I can build this thing. It would be hard to build, for example, in Canada. It wouldn't be any fun in a jacuzzi. Matter of fact, I heard that there was 4 inches of snow there today. That's not attractive to me. I mean, if it's attractive to you, that's wonderful. So, anyways, I love beautiful sunny Florida. I can visit the other places, but I'm just giving you guys a little. Those are some materialistic, goals, and just what's your goal, because it's a pursuit of the next goal. So, like I said, I've reached a 9,000 square foot house. Now I want a 12. I don't know I'll go beyond that because that seems to be the perfect size home for me. I'm not saying for you, with an 8-car garage to store certain sports cars and other toys. So, it's about goal setting, but, why do I know this is going to happen? I don't know 100%, but sometimes they take longer, but I put them down on paper, and I write down a plan to, implement, and I move forward. And that's what I want to encourage you to do, even if it's small. So many people got their bonuses last month. That was incredible. And this month, there's a lot of people on the Sisel Global Takeover team seriously getting $500, $5,000, even $15,000 checks because they're on track. Out of the gates this month, and I know it's a lot of our goal setting and mindset, out of the gates, there's more than 10 people that their numbers have never been this high by the 8th of the month, not even close. Some people are already beating their numbers by 30 and 40%. Elliot, you want to comment on that? You're one of those people.
I mean, it really is. Even if you're new and or if you're just kind of breaking into Sisel and getting things going. I mean, we've had a ton of people this month and the end of last month sponsor like their first person or maybe their second person, and that stuff's really, really exciting to see, especially after the amount of work you see people put in. But you got to realize that this is, you know, I've been doing this a little while. Jeff's been doing this a long time. April's been doing this a long time. We see what's happening in these last couple weeks. It's been this kind of gradual, like, it's just hitting this point of there's so much action out there. There's so many people clamoring for something better. It's happening now. It is happening now, and you know, I'll take my $82 voucher and buy some TSX every 4 months. I mean, I'm gonna get it every month, but forget the voucher, okay? Forget the voucher. Here's what I'm here to do, and for anyone who wants to come with me because I'm here to build Sizzle, to build, you know, our team, and I'm doing this for the long haul. So, you know, my check from Sizzle is much larger than my voucher, but it's growing and growing and growing, and years from now, this is going to be so out of control. We're going to be having these hangouts just because we want to laugh about our $80 voucher. I don't know. We're going to do them anyway. It's just I'm just so excited about what's happening in the next few years for us. It's, you know, our team is still relatively young, but we're growing so quickly, and you know, with a company like Sizzle, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. I don't know. I'm just excited today, Jeff. Oh, you're on mute. You're on mute, buddy.
There, thanks. I know you are because you see the numbers growing, and it's just a fact. But you're also people are seeking out Sizzle. I mean, they're learning about it and they're finding. Is that true? I mean, is there really $100,000 in rate advances? Is there really next day pay? We're not talking next business day. We're talking next day. I mean, we've kicked everyone in the keister. Every network marketing company out there, we've kicked their butt. And you know what? Elliot, I get passionate. Your health is your wealth. So I believe the place to be is a health and wellness network marketing company. They're the ones who have paved the way, and they have, you know, made it. The Goliaths of the profession are health and wellness. And the reason it's so exciting is there's already been people who have gone over $1 million a month. And the reason there'll be so many more at Sizzle is because Sizzle's here to stay. I'm sorry, if you're in a binary, I'm going to tell you right now, no binary has ever made it long term. There's no legacy binaries. Now, that may change. I highly doubt it because of their structure. But to this date, there is no legacy binary. But there are many, many legacy unilevel companies, and that's what we are. And that's pretty exciting when you know that. So anyways, I'm gonna be real direct with you. If you're building a flat-out unilevel company, you can dream on. But I'm just going to tell you, if you want to base some things on the past, you're not going to be there. And that's not going to be any fun because, Elliot, would you agree with me that it's the front end work? You build this front end, and then you can coast over the finish line with legacy.
And that's the thing. I mean, that's why I'm so excited about being here because, you know, this is my first, you know, season, if you will, with Sizzle as far as you know, the real growth season between now and, you know, March or so, skipping the mid like December. But this is my first time experiencing that, and seeing the shift happen, and like you said, people are searching out Sizzle.
Oh yeah.
Now, Sizzle's been in what you would consider like slow momentum or entry, like the entrance of momentum for a while. So Sizzle as a company, you know, has been experiencing momentum. It's nowhere near what it's going to be, but to start to see, you know, a lot of people on the team have some blog posts ranked for Sizzle related terms and things like that. And when I look at those stats, I see it. I mean, it is growing daily, the number of people coming to me searching out Sizzle. That is huge. So, you know, now is the time because, Yes, it's going to happen again next year, but we just went through the lean time, the summer months. Everyone's on vacation and doing stuff, and now's the time they're coming into the house. They're buckling down. They're looking at expenses. They're looking at holidays. They want to make some changes with their life. Now is the time. And yeah, I mean, we're putting in the work now. Like I said, like I plan on being here forever. As far as I can tell, Sizzle's going to be here forever. It's the way it was built. So I'm going to build it really, really hard for the next several years. And yeah, then Jeff and I are going to go fish tuna.
That's right.
Go fish tuna.
You know what? Well, you know what's really cool? I mean, I purposely bought this house here because I could literally leave from my backyard, and go right to the direct ocean access.
April, you can fish tuna too.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, she likes tuna rolls.
I love fish. I fished every day of my life when I was a kid. I fished every day. Oh yeah. I was catching frogs, turtles, a little tomboy. I was really into that stuff.
Elliot, let's talk a little bit about this, and then I want to bring April on because she did great on persistency. So April, get ready with your persistency in your mind. But I mean, seriously, I want her to get on because this morning she was absolutely phenomenal, and I know it can even be better, after a day of thinking about it. I mean, it was incredible. But Elliot, it really is. Everyone wants to make it so hard to make the magic stuff. I mean, you talk about SEO and all these things, but it's so funny. I'm on a hangout about a month ago. I was like, man, Elliot, I didn't know anything about SEO. I just wrote stuff. I wrote like Sisel is cool and this and that, and people seem to find my stuff because I thought that's what you do. And you're like, Jeff, that's what it's supposed to be. I mean, you're like, you could add strategy to it, but really if you put up a blog, I mentioned this to everybody. A couple people did it and they got good results. But anyways, if you just go ahead and make a 3 to 5 minute video about why you love Sisel, and there's a lot of reasons to love Sisel, you'll get some people that will follow you. But the bottom line is, Elliot, isn't it really? It's just you know why you're going to build it and put it down on paper, your goals, and make a plan to achieve them. And then I'm not talking about, I'll say rocket science, but we're talking about getting your product paid for in a few $100s, and then you grow from there.
Yeah, man, let me tell you something. People ask me a lot of SEO questions, and a lot of the people I talk to, find me because of SEO or whatever. But it's what people don't understand is that you don't have to be some kind of crazy magician to start generating. Building yourself as someone to contact about Sisel, right? So anybody watching this could absolutely learn how to do some basic things like set up a blog, start a blog, and write from your heart content about Sisel, content about the Sisel products, content about why you chose Sisel, content about how great your Sisel team is. People will find you. I mean, but you have to do it. If that's a strategy you want to take, ask us about it. We'll point you in the right direction to do that. Some of that stuff is pretty easy to learn. If April, I don't mean to call April out. I'm sorry. If April can learn blogging, you can learn blogging. April didn't know what a blog was 5 years ago.
She's a great blogger today. Right.
There's a lot of people that were like in April's situation where I don't know what a blog is. What's a blog? Now April's like, billionaire blogger.
Elliot, there's a difference.
That's what I call it.
There's also a difference between a company writing a blog post, you know what I mean, that's so serious and all this, and a person writing a blog post, like you're myself, April, you, Elliot, and many other team, Bill Potting and Patricia Walker. So many people write blog posts. It's really, when you speak from the heart, people, I can identify with you. Yeah, I was a single mom too, or this or that, whatever it may be. I formerly, did real estate and mortgages. People can identify with that, and they go, wow. And a lot of people come in from those areas, and if I could show them, why I excel from that strategy, it goes really well. But Elliot, I'm gonna get on just tell my great equalizer speech, and then bring April on for persistency, and we'll go from there. You know, everyone says I got to be a great salesperson, and the truth is that people want you because you're the best salesperson in the world. All network marketing is referral marketing. All it is. Network marketing is referral marketing, which is network market. I said this on a call not too long ago. You say you bought some great tennis shoes. You tell your friend, I bought the best tennis shoes in the world. They only cost $19. I can jump higher in them. I can run faster in them. They're light on my feet. My feet aren't sore. That's network marketing. You refer them to the store. The store gets paid. You didn't. See, it's still network marketing. You just didn't get paid. It's word-of-mouth marketing, referral marketing. You do it with restaurants, vacations, and all these types of things. We want you to get paid for your referral, and you have so many great things to refer here. But the reason they want you is because that is how products are. That's the best way products are sold. So they could pay these dumb companies millions of dollars on a chance of certain commercials they make. Sometimes they win, sometimes they lose. But either way, they got to pay them millions of dollars. The reason they love you is they only pay you when you get results. Now that is really cool. So they can have as many salespeople as they want. And Sisel's no small company. We're in nearly 40 countries with 100,000 Sisel partners in Japan alone, you know, where we started. And we are growing rapidly. And there will be in the United States, you know, ultimately over 3 million distributors in just the United States. So it's really incredible, and we need that many to get out there. So millions of dollars can be made. But here's the bottom line: it doesn't matter if you're short or tall, green or purple. It doesn't matter if you're genius or you know, prince or princess not so bright. You know, these things don't matter. It doesn't matter if you're unemployed or employed. All you have to do is get started. Network marketing wants you. April did not like it. Her family did not like it, but she used persistence. April, talk about persistence, please. Tell them. Be persistent.
You want to know the story about my family not liking network marketing?
Well, I don't want to really. I do know it, but I don't know. I want to.
My mom said, "Stay away from those pyramid things. They're from the devil." that was my mom, and I'm not kidding you. When I told her I had this great idea that I was going to join this company, she was like, "Oh, not one of those pyramid things." And you know, there's scams and all this stuff, and you know, that almost stopped me from joining. It really did, because of course I trust my mom, and I didn't realize that, you know, hey, you know, you probably shouldn't listen to somebody who's not, you know, really. I mean, my mom's, I'm not going to say she's not successful, but you know, somebody that doesn't want what you have. But imagine if I would have listened to her, all the lives that I would not have touched. You guys, that's the greatest thing for me. The greatest thing for me in my business is that I get to touch other people's lives. In fact, I had a call just a little bit ago with a gentleman who's on our team, and you know, he's gone through some rough times in his life, and he's really young, and I can identify with that. And I actually felt like something like called me to, like, you know, share my story with him, so that way I could inspire him that, you know, he's on the right path and he's doing the right things. And it was a really, really powerful call, actually. It just really touched me. But you know what? If I hadn't persisted and I had it kept going, I wouldn't be touching people's lives the way that I'm touching lives. Guys, we don't just have an opportunity. We have a vehicle to impact people in a whole nother dimension, a whole nother way, to change people's lives. And it's so much more than what we can even fathom right now. It's so much more. As I'm sitting here with my feet on my desk, and I'm, you know, at my home in beautiful Florida, you know, I enjoy what I do, but the best part for me is touching people, touching their life, and helping them change and change their life, just as I have, just as Jeff helped me change my life. But like I said, persistence is what got me here. I truly believe that if you have persistence, and it's like the key to it all, if you just persist longer than most. And what is persistence? It's just the ability to keep going longer than most people will, okay? And that's what's actually...
April, what, because I hold on a second. I'm not interrupting you. I want to interject because I think this is important because I feel like I learned my persistence in this business from you. Um, so, but what is that? Because it can't just be I'm going to be persistent. I mean, it's like what drives someone to have that persistence,
Right. You
you
have to
know?
know your why, and I talked about that on the call this morning. You have to know why and why you're doing this. You know, maybe I had a lady I was doing a coaching call with. Um, because I do coaching for even people in other companies and stuff like that, and she didn't know what her why was, but then all of a sudden, like her why just came out, and it was really a beautiful why. She wants to save horses. And that is her passion. She loves animals. She wants to save horses and dogs, and that's her why. That's her reason for doing this. It doesn't necessarily have to be something like, as like I shared my story a little bit on the call this morning about how I was so afraid of not being able to see my kids on holidays and how it really was more of a fear in the beginning for me. And I think fear can be put to good use. It definitely can. But it can also, guys, it doesn't have to be, just because I have kids doesn't, and you don't have kids, for example, let's say you don't, it doesn't necessarily have to be that, but it does need to be something that's very strong. It could be something that you're really passionate about and you want to make a difference. It could be, like I just shared, I really feel like I want to make a difference in people's lives. I seriously feel like that's my calling. So it could be something like that. I mean, there could be so many different reasons why. But I think in the beginning, it really needs to be, sometimes I feel like, if you have something that you kind of fear, maybe you lack freedom in your job right now, you're sick of the ball and chain, you really want to go and travel, but you haven't been able to travel in the last 10 years because you have a job. Those kind of things can be definitely a little bit painful when you feel like you're a slave. You know what I mean? But I would say really identify with that, whatever that is that you really want and your why, and share that with somebody, like an accountability partner, if you're your sponsor, whoever. Share it with somebody and ask them to keep you accountable, so that when you feel like giving up, ask Jeff. Like, there was times when I felt like giving up, and he said, okay, well then go work at the casino, have fun, you're killing your back and never seeing your kids. He was a little mean,
A
a little
little
bit.
side note, sarcasm works every time.
Yeah, he's really sarcastic. But that shut me up right away, because guys, there's gonna be times that you feel like quitting. And here's what I want to tell you. Embrace that. Embrace it. Learn to embrace those times of feeling like quitting, of feeling like giving up or caving in and you're just not going anywhere. Embrace that, because it's the only time that you're growing. A breakthrough is always on the other side of that, every single time. So when you're feeling that, remember that April Marie said, that's a good thing, embrace it, and just keep plowing forward. And I'm not saying, pushing forward, I'm saying plowing, like a snowplow, plow forward. It just never stop. And push yourself. Push yourself to those limits where you feel like giving up and you feel like quitting, because that's the key there. That's really persistence right there, is going way beyond more than what most people would. And I talked earlier on the call too, and I just want to reiterate on this, but there is no failure rate. Everybody talks about this 98% failure rate. There is no such thing. It is a quitting rate. Jeff and I did a poll, and we decided it's a quitting rate. It really is, guys. Seriously, people quit. They don't fail. There is no failure here. The only way to fail is to quit. This is the only way. But if you keep persisting, you're going to be here a long time, and you're going to have a rockin' business. But the key is, and that doesn't mean sit on your butt and persist, just sit there. Oh, I'm staying. I've been at Sisel for 10 years, but I haven't done anything. No, you got to be consistent too. You can't keep starting and stopping. You have to go, and you have to be consistent with your business. But the number one thing is, that I really believe that if you really want to be successful in Sisel, is be consistent with showing up. If you're not on the Monday night webinars with us, if you're not joining us as a panelist, if you're not getting on the wake-up calls, well, shame on you, because you're not going to build a business if you're not. Sorry, that doesn't happen. It doesn't work that way. The only reason why I'm still here, the only reason why Elliot's so successful, Jeff Kistner, I can tell you all the people that are successful in Sisel show up. There's not one person that is successful that doesn't show up. They all show up. That's a burning desire, guys. This is what keeps your burning desire going. I'm telling you. In the beginning, especially when I first got started, and I still remember, you know, feeling like I needed those calls to keep me going. Like, if I didn't get on the call, I might not be in business tomorrow, because they were like my lifeline. And I treated it that way. And Jeff will tell you, I never missed a call. I never missed a webinar. I didn't miss anything. And I still, to this day, guys, I'm on almost everything. And I'm pretty rock solid in my business. So what does that go to show you? That just means that's what the successful people do. You want to be successful? Do what successful people do. Jeff told me a long time ago, and I still to this day love it, don't do what people tell you to do, but do what the leaders are doing. I mean, you want to do some of what they're telling you, but if they're doing the webinars and they're on as a panelist, then you need to be on, because that's what leaders do. So you have to do what they do. If you want to be successful in Sisel and you're not showing up, you're not going to be successful in Sisel. If you want, if you want to get more leads, then you need to find a leader in Sisel that's getting a good amount of leads, like Elliot or Jeff or myself or Bill, and do what they do. Do what they do. Follow what they do. That's the one thing I did, is I literally, just like a spy, spied on all the top leaders. Like, I was like a fly on their wall practically, and I just did what they did. I emulated them. That's all I did. And then in the beginning, it's okay to do that. In fact, I welcome you guys to copy my emails. If you have a mailing list and you want to send out an email but you don't know what to write, copy mine. I know Elliot would say the same, Jeff would. Copy them. And you do that until you become a leader that you seek.
You know, it's funny. I mean, obviously I know that, April, because that's something I heard from you early on. It was so hard for me to do that because I was one of the people that I always had the right way to do it, right? I mean, oh, April, that's a great idea, but here, let me show you how you should really do it, right?
You're so much better, I know.
Right. I mean, I'm like,
you and Malia, I swear.
Right. So, but once I didn't give up on that completely. I still think everything I do is the right way to do it, but I let go of a lot of that and just started mimicking what you were doing, what Jeff was doing, and all of a sudden I was like, oh, okay, that works. That works really well. Now I can put my own spin on it. Now I can make it my own thing. But it all started with, like, early on when I met April, she was the one that really got me to understand how showing up is so important. Because I didn't really understand that at first. I was like, I mean, I'll jump on a webinar now and then, but I don't really know what you're talking about. Like, why would I call into a phone call every day? That doesn't even make any sense.
Or why would here's one I get. It's, I've already seen the webinar.
And I'm right, like, I've already seen the webinar.
I said that to Jeff one day, and he goes, but can you do the webinar?
Yeah,
and I was like, no, I can't do the webinar. So I better get on the webinar. He's like, then you need to be on the webinar. It's like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, so that was huge for me because I was like, all right, I'm just going to every day, I'm going to plug into everything. I'm going to plug in the next day and the next day without any expectations of results from that. And it just works. I mean, I don't know if I can explain it except for that it's a daily reminder of why you're in business. You're in business, so if you're in business, you need to do your business. And to do your business, you need to actually show up. And it's simple stuff, but I'm telling you, that's the stuff that works. It really is.
It is, and you are showing up to everything, Elliot. You've got me topped even. You show up.
I'm all over the place. I'm going to be on NBC Today Show tomorrow morning, I think.
You are?
I'm like Ryan Seacrest in here.
Oh.
I'm everywhere.
You had me going. I really believe you. You can't say that to me. Jeff will tell you.
I'm hosting Idol. I've got a radio show. Got a blog.
Heck yeah, man. And so Elliot, I think that that's the key to success. I mean, I believe that Zig Ziglar always said it's 80%, but I believe it's 90% because that's all I did was show up, and I invited other people to show up with me, and that was about it. I mean, you can't get any easier than that. I have a very simple approach. I don't overcomplicate things. Do I work? Absolutely. Jeff will tell you I'm a crazy worker. I wouldn't say I work it's not like I'm scrubbing tables or doing anything like that, but I'm consistent with my efforts, that is for sure. But you know what? I just invite other people to show up with me. I say, this is how it's so great. It's awesome. I'm excited every day more and more about my business. Why? Because I show up. So it's kind of like my daily dose of inspiration and excitement. And people, guys, excitement's contagious. It really is. So if you're not excited about Sisel, you better check your pulse. We've heard that one before, Jeff. But it's seriously, Sisel is exciting. New products coming. I just was looking at products in our back office just now because I was adjusting my auto purchase, and the new Sisel eyelash stuff is already back there. It says coming soon. So is the Infusium. And guys, we got some cool stuff going on here. I love the daily pay and the bonuses. I sponsored someone yesterday. Elliot sponsored someone today. You guys, once you start getting a rockin' team, you understand people are sponsoring. You get the 5% commissions as well, and that's paid out every day. So every day I've got, and so does Jeff, we've got money flowing through our accounts every day, and that is the exciting thing here, guys. Daily pay is so exciting. It just is. And the bonuses, I know there's some people shooting for some big bonuses this month, including myself, and it's just I don't know. I'm like Elliot. I'm like speechless. There's nothing more to say, but we're just so excited.
we all need a mic to drop.
I need my horn. Jeff's not talking. That's the problem.
Hey Jeff, you want to wrap it up tonight?
It's just a great hangout, and people who listen are going to find out what's going on. I want to encourage everyone to listen to the call, that went on this morning, and also, talk about showing up. Tomorrow's Testimonial Tuesday. Get on and tell your story. People think, oh, my story's weak or it's this or that. You don't know the lives that you affect. Get on the call and tell your story, and you'll start changing lives. But yeah, there's I do want to say this, and I don't want to wrap it up. I want Elliot to wrap it up. But I do want to say this. It's not only showing up. When you show up to tomorrow night at 9 Eastern, we have the Sisel International Rocks. That's where you can go register. It's a brand new presentation, meaning we've tweaked it some more, and that we always improve. Just like Tom Mauer's improving packaging and products, we're always improving it. We're making it a little bit better. But I want to say some of the things you guys said. Can you do the presentation? If you can't do it, you got to show up. If you're the type of person that has once in a while doubts, you show up because you're like, well, I didn't invite anyone. Well, invite yourself, because chances are you need to re-recruit yourself. Think about that. That's why people leave. It's just like, I use a lot of gym analogies. Some people says, they go to the gym for a couple weeks and they say, I'll just miss tomorrow, but I'll be back the next day. But they do that for a couple days, and then all of a sudden a couple days turns into a couple weeks, a couple months, and all of a sudden a couple years. And that's the same thing. Showing up has a strong effect. You learn how to do the presentation. Ever hear someone say, I don't know what to say? That's because you're not showing up. Because what to say is in the presentation. Can't do the presentation, show up, re-recruit yourself. Look at the power in there. And of course, always invite without prejudging. Just invite, like April talked about, and let them make the decision. Let them make an informed decision of whether Sisel's for them. Because I don't believe Sisel's for everyone. But if you want a better lifestyle, if you're someone who likes better health, chances are it's for you. If you're eating at McDonald's 3 times a day, and as crazy as that is, many people do that, and it's part of their lifestyle, and they don't want to give that up, then it's probably not the right place for you. But if you're someone who wants to get in the best shape of your life from a cellular level and change your life and earn a few hundred extra dollars, it's a great place to be. And you start by showing up and re-recruiting yourself and inviting. Elliot, why don't we pass it back to you and we'll wrap up this call.
Yeah, I mean, I would just say that I mean, I love working with this team. Love working with Jeff and April and Bill and all the other leaders on the team. I think we've got a special thing here, and I've been kind of in an excited / odd mood tonight because there's just so much energy. But it's, I like what April said about inviting yourself. Like I think that's a good line. I mean, because we do get that question a lot. What should I say? Well, I know that you haven't been to the last, how many live webinars have we had since we talked? I mean, we have them twice a week. They're recorded. You can get on them. We have the morning calls every single morning. They're available all day long, and they're short. I mean, they're 30 minutes. So invite yourself. Invite yourself. If you're not going to invite, your neighbor, your sister, your banker, your real estate agent today, invite yourself today. Because the more you do that, the more you will know what to say, the more you will know what to do next. And that's really the only way any of us, made it in the first place, is we just started showing up. And we started plugging in and learning and doing and learning and doing more and learning more and doing more. So, so tomorrow morning, Testimonial Tuesday. So we'll be talking products, business testimonials sometimes. We try to focus on the products on Tuesday, but so tomorrow will be good. And the rest of the week, What's Working Wednesday, Throwback Thursday, Financial Freedom Friday, Super Saturday. It's fun every morning, 10 o'clock a.m. You can get the number in our Facebook group. So that's all I got. Thanks everybody for joining us. Thanks for letting me talk the entire time, April. And we'll see you all soon. Good night, everybody.
Good night.